The jack-o'-lantern was created by the Celts during Samhain to keep the darker spirits away, because they believed that the veil was thin on October 31st, and that spirits of the recently departed or long departed could come back to Earth and connect with them. And so the jack-o'-lanterns were not meant to be fun or light. They were scared to keep the spirits away that were unwanted. And on that note, All Souls Day, November 1st, was created by the Catholic Church so they could convert the pagans to the church ways, because it would fall around the same holiday, or what we would call in the pagan world the Holy Day. But it's interesting, I just got off the phone with a friend, and we're in Scorpio time, and that's death, rebirth, and transformation. And a really dear friend of ours in Mount Shasta just passed away within the past week. We got word, and I read of natural causes, but 63, so young. And I had to call her and tell her, and it's always kind of sad. But and it just makes me remember again, because there's been so much death in my life, how important the relationships are that we have with people. Like, tell the people that you love them. Nobody's guaranteed a tomorrow. But she was telling me that she's trying to reconcile with death because, meditate on it. What's it going to be like? I'm not sure. And so we had this long discussion. And as it turns out, today is my sister-in-law's birthday. So you have the opposite spectrum, but I really believe that one is not unlike the other. I think that death really is like birth in reverse. And while she and I were speaking about it on the phone today, this friend of mine, I said, it's like a doorway. If you have a wooden door, you can't see what's on the other side, right? But when you open that door, and let's say you open the door and you're in a tropical setting, right? And as soon as that door is open, you see this beautiful, lush, amazing colors, sounds, scents. Like, I believe that's what death is like. It's like stepping into the unknown. And everybody that's had near-death experiences, and maybe even past life regressions where they were in between lifetimes, or remembers exiting different lifetimes, describe it as the most beautiful thing, and they really can't even describe the colors. They're really indescribable because they're not earthly. So for all this to go down around this weekend, kind of makes sense to me. And what's really important, like the connections from your heart that you have, not the superficial stuff that you have with people, or, we can all chit-chat or whatever, but like the deep, meaningful people in your life, the relationships that change you, the people that like trigger you, they're there to like help spark you awake so that you stop going through life like you're freaking half asleep, because the reality is nobody knows when their time is up, You might go to sleep tonight and not get up tomorrow. That's just the way of the world. This is how it is. So it makes it that much more precious, life. So death, birth, rebirth, life, transcendence, transformation. It's all part of the game, But this morning when I woke up, it's interesting because I get a lot of bird medicine. Ravens are the underworld. I have them on my back, and hawks are like messengers from God. And this morning it was so crazy because the first thing I heard was like the hawk screaming from across the street. And then I heard like an egret go by, or a heron, I'm not quite sure which one it was. And then I heard a bunch of ravens. It just was amazing. It was like the birds were just saying today, like, it's an important day. And last night on the 2nd of November, which would have been my daughter's great-grandfather's birthday, he passed away in 1989. I was talking to one of my daughters on Messenger, and all of a sudden I heard their great-grandmother, the wife of their great-grandfather, say something. I could hear her, like kind of like a thought in my head. And I'm like, oh, wow. Mumu was the grandmother in Finnish, just popped in. And then I thought, oh, yeah, it would have been Bub's birthday today. It makes total sense. So there's always like this connection. Like, it doesn't get severed just because somebody like loses their physical body. It's just a matter of, are you still in touch with that and going in between the worlds? Maybe with the Scorpio ascendant that I have, and I have Neptune there, so it's like the dreamer. I can get into that really easily, into that realm, and I'm ready to go into getting trained in hypnotherapy so I can help people with regressions. There could be blockages from this lifetime, and sometimes it's other lives that are bleeding over into this one, so it's kind of exciting. But I just wanted to speak on the whole appreciation for life as we honor another one who's just crossed over. You know, and we feel it's kind of young, but at the same time, who knows? Like, life on this planet goes by in an instant. So just appreciate what you have, love those who are in your life, and celebrate each moment, you know? Celebrate it, because this life is precious. Yeah. All right, you guys have a great rest of the weekend.